In this live martial arts class, you're going to discover how to spin your bow staff. This is bow staff, basic bow staff spinning for beginners. I put this piece of tape here in the middle of my bow just so you can see where the middle is. My hand is going to stay in the middle the whole time. You're going to put your hand here and start with a simple twisting motion. You're going to do this to start to get the fluids moving into the joints. Get your heart rate up a little bit. Start to engage the muscles in your forearm all the way up through your shoulder, improving the strength of your grip. You're going to do this for 30 seconds on each hand. Depending on how heavy your staff is, you're going to go faster or slower. This is kind of a medium weight staff. Hello, Studer, good to see you. I like to use heavier usually, but my shoulder's a little sore, so going a little light today. After this, you put it in the other hand. One hand just replaces the other one. Comes to the middle. Alita, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast means take your time, especially on this warm-up spin. It's not really a spin so much as a turn. Hello, James. James says he needs to get off his lazy duff. That's right, James. Get up, start moving. You'll feel better immediately. Just turning back and forth. I've already hit the camera tripod once. Let's see how many times I don't hit it. Now, put it back in the first hand and put your hand next to the side. Joshua, thank you, says, look more buff as I get older. That's because I'm trying to eat better. The other question was, how do you mentally prepare for a street fight or self-defense? Because it's different than sparring in the gym or in the ring. Excellent question. I had that conversation today, kind of on a different topic, but the same situation. And there is an answer. Hello, Catherine. It's good to see you. And the answer is you have to put yourself in this situation, both mentally. Thank you, Alita, for that super sticker. And then if you can, physically. So if you have a training partner, you have to kind of have them come at you a little bit faster, a little harder. That was funny. Just turning back and forth. And this is to get the hand to the side of the body so you activate the side and the back of the shoulder. And then once you do that, turn one more time, this time with your hand just high. Just found the wall over your head. If you can do this training outside, it's always better. That way you don't run into the ceiling, you don't run into the wall behind you. You don't want to crack a mirror. Not just is it superstitious bad luck, which I don't believe in, but these mirrors cost like $1,200. That's bad luck enough. Neil Rain. Yeah, Neil wanted to ask how samurai trained. As you can imagine, their training was most likely rough. There's something to be said for lots of repetition, but you also have to kind of challenge yourself, push yourself. You can improve your mental fitness, your mental toughness by doing a lot of hard training. But it's always going to be best if you can do it with a partner. Now you're going to bring it from one hand out to the other side. That's why I loved wrestling in high school. I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because it hurts. I like the old way we used to fight. We used to knock each other out a lot. Boxing is a great martial art to study, because you get hit, you learn how to hit and take a hit, learn how to move and not get hit as much. Jiu-Jitsu, you learn how to solve problems and stay in the fight, no matter how hard it gets. Western wrestling is the same, but if you don't have all that, yeah, Stuart says his dad and his nephew wrestled too. Lita says, love this movement. You're gonna feel it really stress your forearm as you go side to side. You can start to go faster. Then I want you to do that same motion overhead. I'm going to duck down a little bit. I don't have the camera set up right. But I want you to go overhead, turning out. The key on the turn is that your palms are facing backward. This is the same exact motion as this, just done in a different plane, just over your head. Now, put your right hand, put your right foot forward. You're going to carve a sideways figure eight. Also, think of it as an infinity sign, pushing down with your thumb and pulling back. So a circle here and a circle here. You go side to side, your right foot's forward, your stomach's up and in, your abs are tight, tuck your chin, get your hands up. Don't let your arm dangle down in the dirt. Keep your hand closed. You're gonna sometimes want to open your hand to make it easier, but I want you to have more flexibility in your forearm and your wrist. So keep that hand closed, fight for it. Don't give up on yourself. Stomach up and in, abs tight, going side to side. And then put it in the other hand. The way you do that is one hand comes behind the other one, and you come forward. I'm getting ready to launch a new part of my website where you can get certified to teach the cane for self-defense. And then if you want to get certified in bow, the different martial arts staffs, if you want to get weapons certifications, I'll do that for you. I'm only doing that because you keep asking me. Personally, I don't think you need it. I think you need the knowledge. But if you want the paper, I'll make it so that you can get the paper as long as you send me your videos, you fill out the forms, and you're doing things right. And I'll give you feedback as we go. Now you're going to do the same figure eight motion, but instead of the sides of your body, you're going to go to the front and the back of your body. So the hand comes to the side, your feet are just under your body. You're going to twist in and twist out, stomach up and in, tuck your chin, abs tight. I like to remind you over and over. I want you to get those words in your own head. Remind yourself, tuck your chin, abs tight, stomach up and in. Get your hand up. Same thing if you were defending yourself. It's all related. You might not ever spin a staff for self-defense, but the techniques are always going to be related. Spinning is like jumping rope for a boxer. You might not spin a staff to stop somebody from hitting you. You're going to hold it and smash him with it and thrust with it and bring it down on top and shove it through his face for self-defense. But you're going to be a lot stronger and able to defend yourself because of the spins. So understand what the spinning is. The spinning is not self-defense moves. The spinning is like a boxer jumping the rope. Helps your timing and distance, conditioning your body, your legs, your feet, your arms, your shoulders, your hand, your grip, your cardiovascular system, your heart and lungs. Said that, tuck the chin. And then training yourself, the basics. It happened today. I had a private lesson and the student's hand was here and with this weapon and another weapon and over, wham. And what happened was she started to get it up and get it up because she learned the hard way, which is just as good for me. I don't care how you learn it. You want to learn it because I gave you the tip and you can remember, or you want to learn it because you forgot and you whacked yourself over and over. Eventually you'll get it up. Keep it up, keep the chin down. Stomach up and in, abs tight, turn your shoulders, turn your hips, breathe through the nose. Learn how to defend yourself. Now, you should be warmed up with that basic spinning, those figure eights. I want you to put your left hand on the bottom and your right hand on top, just like this. We're going to turn your left hand palm facing out. See that does to your elbow? Your right hand is going to come in and turn facing the opposite direction. Notice both of your thumbs are pointed at the ground. Then your right hand is going to take it. Your left hand pulls out of the way and it comes back in with the thumb open. And then you've got your butterfly. This is your butterfly spin. Your top hand pulls in. Bottom hand is allowed to turn as far as it will go. Once it's almost done, your top hand grabs it and turns it. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Keep your elbows tucked in as much as you can. Adrish says, how am I? Adrish, it's so great to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. I'm doing well. I hope you're well as well. This is your butterfly spin. There's the butterfly again. There's the antenna or its head. There's your wing. I'll show you from the side. I would show you from the back. But if I did that, well, let me just show you from the back. You can see how much you can see of my hands. All you can see from the back is that my hair is getting thin. That's all I can see anyway. I would love to show you. I used to have this rig. I'd put the camera on my chest, but that didn't seem to really help anything either. So I'll just show you from here. I'll show you the other side. This is your butterfly spin. If you want to open your hands and turn them like this. Neil says he's seen in a video that a staff can break bricks. That's true. This one will not. This is an old staff. This was in a container in the back of an old art building. And the man who owned the building called me up. He knew me because I taught his kids. Chinese American man who was an importer of Asian art. He also sold a lot of martial arts weapons, and he had a whole bunch of these in the back of this building. And he said, I'm getting rid of this stuff, you can have it. And I kept this one because I liked the way it looked. It was all black, but this is just red oak. Red oak is not very strong and it's dry. It's all dried out. So if you try to break a brick with this, you're gonna break the staff. If you use my Cane Master staff, which is a self-defense staff, which I designed, there's a link below, you can break bones and probably some bricks, if you know your proper technique. With the self-defense staff, that one's made out of hickory, and it is not dried out because I keep it oiled. You oil your staff two ways. One is with the oil in your hands by using it every day, and two is you gotta take a rag once a month, put some butcher block oil on it, and oil it up. So that's your skip catch when you separate your hands. If they're together, it's the butterfly spin. You can go in either direction. Skip catch is usually this way. It's the exact same thing. Just wanted you to see that. Good. Neil says he's coming to the USA for his master's education. I'd love to see you, Neil, if you get down this way. I'm in sunny South Florida. All right, so that's your spinning in front, the butterfly spin and the skip catch. We're going to go back to your figure 8 spin, going from one side of the body to the other side of the body. When you get to the side of the body, Adrish asked to know some good back muscle exercise. I will show you, Adrish. The hand comes behind it. The great thing about using the martial arts staff is that you're using your back muscles all the time. Every time you pull across your body, right here, I feel all my muscles stretch and strengthen. This is one of the best exercises for the back. Another great exercise is pull-ups. It's very hot here right now, but every time my kids and I go to a local park, we stop and we find a place to do pull-ups. So we were just at the park before we came here, and I did a bunch of pull-ups. My daughter did the monkey bars. My son did a bunch of pull-ups. Those are great back exercises. Another thing you can do is use a band. You put it on the ground between your feet and you pull it up. If you don't have a band, put some weight in a book bag or a backpack, lean forward, support yourself, and then pull what's called a rowing motion. Your hand comes back this way, and you'll get a strong back very quickly. As you change from one hand to the other one, start to move. Spam call there. You're moving forward, moving backward. It looks like this if you're going forward. Then just step back, step forward, step backward, so you start to get your heart rate up. Yeah, Alita says the resistance bands are great. I also like to put the resistance bands on a staff or my cane, and I stand in the band and I pull this way. You don't want your elbows to come too high, that puts too much stress on your shoulder. But just like this, which is a lot like this. If you can't do your pull-ups yet, start that way. Bands are also a great way. You put it on the pull-up bar, you put your feet in it, and it takes your weight down as you do your pull-ups a little bit. So you can do resistance bands. I'll put a link below if you're interested. I'll have to come back and do that. All right, so we did our forward spin, going from one hand to the other hand. Now I want you to do a wrist roll. And on the wrist roll, you're turning your palm down and away from you. See how your thumb is coming down? As you do that, open the hand, and it's going to support itself there on the back. There's the middle of the staff again, on the back of your hand. And then as it comes around, it's going to roll over your thumb back into your hand where you'll close it, and then you're going to bring it back. And when your palm is up, your pinky side is down, you're going to let it roll over the back of your hand and then you're gonna catch it. So you're gonna roll it over the pinky side and then the thumb side. If you struggle with any of these moves, you can come back, watch this video again, turn the sound off, and then slow down the replay speed to as slow as it will go, and you'll be able to better see what's happening with your hand. This is what it looks like to the side. I get closer, but I'm going to hit the camera again. You see in this hand. See, there's that balance point. And you can do that. You can find the middle of your staff just by holding it in your hand. You see it's a little heavier here, so move your finger down. Somewhere in here. There it is. And then just put the piece of tape on it, and then you'll know. I have a blue side and a red side, so that when I'm showing you, I can say keep your eye on the blue side. That way you only have to worry about half of the staff and what that's doing. Because if you do one half right, the other half is attached, it's gotta be right. So if you just think about moving your thumb forward, you're gonna get it. Now that you've done your wrist rolls, do them with both hands, I want you to do a figure eight again. Put it in your right hand with your right foot forward, do your figure eight. And when it comes to the right side of your body in your right hand, you're gonna let it roll over your wrist. And then when it comes to the left side of your body and your right hand rolls over the thumb. So it goes pinky side, thumb side. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Neil asked how the sparring is done with weapons. You would hold it mostly in this grip. You can also hold it in this grip like you're doing push-ups. You can shove it right through his teeth. You can smash to the side of his head. You can hit him down in the legs. You can hit in the body. You can come over the top, smashing the top of his head. You can thrust, bringing it through his face. If your hands are in that split grip, you can smash here, punch. There's an angle strike. Think about hitting his temple or his jaw for self-defense. Punching straight out, just like you're doing a straight punch right to his face. That brings this blue side into his jaw, breaking his jaw, hitting him in the temple, smash him in the neck. Bring the top down, straight over his chin. Bring the back straight up, almost like you're doing an uppercut, and bring this one up here. Neil asked, is it safe to spar with your partner if they have a headgear? Yeah, or go slowly at first and learn how to fight. But you could wear a helmet if you want. If you don't have good self-control, I say start without the helmet first and then work up to it. And then smash and then thrust through his face. But that's how you spar it. I'll see you guys in a little bit.